Welcome back to the main event. This is Chill Squad, and we got a very special episode for all you fellas. Ryan, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm excited for what we're talking about today. Elimination Chamber happened this weekend, and we want to give you a nice little short bit episode just of our reactionary, what our thoughts were on the show, and it's gonna be exciting to talk about this.
Of course. So we'll jump right into it. Get right into it. So Elimination Chamber just happened. Show started with the women's Elimination Chamber. So I'll backtrack just a little bit to Friday Night SmackDown because we had a very big storyline leading into the Chamber match.
Right.
We saw Rhea Ripley and Io Sky lose the tag titles to Nia Jax and Lash Legend.
That's right.
That's right. This is something we've been calling on this show for a couple weeks now. We saw it coming. We read right
We're the
through
bookers.
the
We're the bookers.
We're the bookers. We saw it happening, and it happened. What are your thoughts on that title change?
I love it. I've said multiple times on the show that I love this tag team they're making with Nia Jax and Lash Legend, and I'm glad they get to hold the belts because, man, I feel like they just feel like a dominant team that they're going to be holding on to this belt for a good amount of time. And they got to now have their feud. They got to have a feud with like the Bella Twins or something. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm glad like during the match they kind of showcased Lash Legend more than it kind of made her feel like more of a single star than like a tag team star. Like because a lot of her moves she did on her own. Like the finish of the match, she did her own finisher and ended up pinning Rhea Ripley, which is a big testament to Lash Legend, I believe.
Yeah.
And then what we got from this match, it kind of made it feel like the Elimination Chamber, like it seemed like they wanted to take the tag titles off Rhea and Io to do their own separate things, which we'll go into right now.
Yes, we will.
So Elimination Chamber match, women's match, opened the show. We had Rhea Ripley, Kiana James, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez,
Alexa Bliss.
Who else was in there? Alexa Bliss. And then there's one more. I'm having a blank.
Did you say Rhea Ripley?
I think I did say Rhea Ripley. Asuka. Asuka was in there.
Yeah.
And I thought this was a pretty good match. I think this was definitely one of the better matches on the show. I think it was the better Elimination Chamber match.
Whoa. Okay.
And I don't think it's close. And I think if you think otherwise, you're just wrong. What?
No, that's crazy. I think the men's was better. The men's was better.
Yeah, well, you're misogynistic, so that's not a surprise.
Whoa! I'm not misogynistic. I was just saying the men's was more entertaining. And that's not saying the women's is a bad match.
I heavily disagree. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the men's one was pretty trash.
What?
I did.
That's crazy. Okay.
I think the only good thing about the men's one was the ending. And not even the ending. The winner. The winner is what made me like it.
Oh, well, we'll go more into that when we get to that match.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought the women's match was very good. We saw very strong performances from Kiana James once again. We've been always been praising her on the show. Raquel Rodriguez also had a very strong performance. I think those were two of the top. I would say those were the two MVPs of the match for sure.
Yeah, they gave a lot of spotlight to Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm excited for that because I feel like this is like we talked about this in another episode though, but like she needs that good push to eventually get her into that like big main title picture. I think she's getting slowly more prepared for it. I would have wished we're going to talk about this in a minute, but I would have wished she would have won. It's a shame she didn't, but I understand the winner. Like it's not a bad pick.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm kind of like thinking about it. I think right now I'd rather see Raquel in the mid card title picture. I would love to see her go after the Intercontinental title. I feel like that'd be a good fit for her right now, and then she could use that as a platform to go up to the main title or the world title scene after that. That's where I'm at with that right now, at least. We ended up having the final two between Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. And the teamwork that they had before that to eliminate Raquel to get her out I thought was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It really just showcased how strong Raquel was in this match. And then these were the two people that like everyone thought was going to win, I felt like. It's between Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. And I feel like that Rhea Ripley losing the tag titles, it kind of showed that she was gonna win the match.
Spoiler alert.
That's what ended up.
Rhea Ripley won.
She ended up winning. And I don't know about you, but I feel like this is the right decision.
I did not want to see Tiffany Stratton against Jade Cargill again. That's just a little fatigued with that. Rhea Ripley was the safest option, no doubt in my mind, to have her be the winner. She's going to elevate any match she's in. So her against Jade, I know, will be a pretty good one. And now, going forward, do you believe that Jade Cargill is probably losing to Rhea, right? I mean, with how things are going.
I don't think so. And I was going to ask you the same thing. I think that she holds on to it probably until SummerSlam. Okay. I feel like, so there's a couple ways you could look at it. I feel like from booking wise, I feel like the one person that could beat Jade right now is Bianca, like a returning Bianca Belair. Obviously Rhea could definitely win. I could definitely see it. So we'll see where the storyline goes. I think from a business standpoint, you want Rhea Ripley to stay on Netflix on Raw. And she can't be on Raw if she's the SmackDown champion. So that's where I see it from that side also. So as of right now, I do see Jade retaining at WrestleMania against Rhea Ripley.
Okay. I could see it. I think Rhea might take it off of Jade. Like, they really like her as a champion, and having that power, that strength in the roster, like she transcends WWE with like viewership. Like, people want to see her. So I feel like she'll win for that business reason, to elevate SmackDown's women's roster for just another reason to watch SmackDown. Because I feel like the roster, the rosters compared from Raw and SmackDown, SmackDown obviously needs more power in the women's division, and Rhea Ripley would be that defining figure that would definitely elevate everybody in there. They tried to do that with
Meechin. You don't think Meechin and BFAB could be those people?
No, I do not. And it's not their fault. It's the Booker's fault.
I thought we were the Booker.
No, you are. But so I see where you're coming from, but I just think Rhea Ripley's going to win it. I don't think the Jade program has just been working enough, and they've tried, and well, not really.
Well, no, I wouldn't say they tried.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say they tried. They just did really poorly with Jade, and I think it's gotten too far to keep her retaining for that entertainment value. I think they want that Rhea Ripley on SmackDown with the belt rather than Jade at this point. And it's their fault. It's not Jade. Well, it's a little bit Jade's fault. She can't. But her booking was pretty bad.
I think when they put Jade against like another good wrestler, like we saw with Jordan Grace, that ended up being a solid match. Yeah, and I think like doing the same thing with Rhea could do like something similar. I could definitely see Rhea winning because it's Rhea Ripley, and she's one of the top stars in the league or in the company. So I could definitely see that. I also think that putting over Jade Cargill in this situation could do a lot for her if done right, and that's a big key if they do it right. Because if they do it wrong, it could totally backfire. So I guess we'll see where it goes, but
I don't see them at this. I mean, the way she's being booked as the champion, I just don't see her being champion after WrestleMania. I think they're done with her. They don't know what to do. They're really bad at their job with Jade Cargill.
They're bad
But,
at their job in general.
yeah, that's not a terrible take. That's not a terrible take.
All right. Moving on to the next match, we had Becky Lynch trying to defend the Intercontinental Championship against AJ Lee, and I thought this match was solid. I thought it was okay.
I'm mixed. I'm very mixed on this match. I thought every moment of the wrestling graps was very good and entertaining. I think they do have some pretty good chemistry together in the ring, which I love. I think my whole thing is I'm just not with the tapping out shit. From the Black Widow. With when the ref was down, the moment in the segment when the ref was down and Becky tapping out that early, I just wasn't a fan of that. I think Becky as a character right now, I feel like she could have gone much longer. And it just kind of feels like right now at this moment that AJ Lee is just like leagues ahead of Becky in terms of wrestling, that's just like the vibe that came
like
off
power
of me,
wise,
especially with like with power wise. It just makes Becky feel a lot weaker, which I just don't think. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I'm not a big fan of that. But if you look past that whole like segment with the submission when the ref down, the match itself was pretty great. And the winner was AJ Lee. So do we see a rematch? Do we see a rematch in the future? WrestleMania? What time?
That's where I see it going. I see it going to WrestleMania. But I kind of don't want it to, because you could kind of probably assume that they don't want to keep AJ, like the belt on AJ Lee for too long, because she's kind of a part-timer.
Yeah.
But do you want to put the belt back on Becky that early? And that's where I'm kind of questioning, like putting Raquel into that program instead.
Yeah,
I feel like Raquel would be a good mid-card champion. Go back to the Maxine and Natty stuff, I guess.
You could have Lyra
I don't know
come
though.
back eventually. I mean, with that whole stigma with the Intercontinental thing, like because it was based on her holding the belt, you could have Lyra come back. Maybe have that Raquel thing you were talking about involved, where maybe Raquel wins it off of AJ Lee, and then we get a Lyra Raquel match, kind of an underdog versus a powerhouse storyline, which is always entertaining.
Yeah, and they still have like another month and a half to build up what they end up doing. I do want to see Becky Lynch do something else though, because I feel like the work she's doing right now could definitely go into the main event scene against a bigger name. Not saying that AJ Lee's not a big name, but one that's a full timer as opposed to a part timer.
Right. I just want to hear your thoughts on the submission shit going on with that. The Black Widow in the middle of the match and the immediate tapping out. I'm just curious on your thoughts.
Like more specifically in the middle of the match one?
The middle of the match one.
It didn't bother me too much, to be honest.
Okay.
But I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I just had like
I don't know.
No, it's all good. I guess my perspective was like I just kind of see them more as equals, and that one didn't like made her like I get she's the heel, so she's gonna be like a bit more slimy and like cowardly to quit out of that pretty quick. But I just felt like they were more on equal level and footing than what I was. Well,
maybe we could have seen like Becky seem a little bit stronger in this match.
Yeah,
than she was.
Yeah, I can see it.
Well, this isn't the first time that she's tapped out to the submission either, because she tapped out at War Games.
At Boring Series.
Did she tap out also? Did she tap out also at WrestlePalooza? I think she tapped out then also.
Oh my god!
In the tag match,
she might have. I don't even remember WrestlePalooza. That's a blip in the freaking system. The WrestlePalooza was like such a. I hope someday we could go back and talk about WrestlePalooza.
I'm thinking about it every day. Thinking about that event.
Yeah, I hope so. Like at some point when we do this show, continue this show, we'll eventually come around and just talk about previous shows that we've watched before we started this channel. because I got some words to say about WrestlePalooza and all that, especially during this whole 2025 card, all those PLEs.
Yeah, WrestlePalooza was a little bit. That was something.
It was something, all right.
Moving on to the next match, we had CM Punk, the hometown kid, coming out to the Bulls theme song, going up against Finn Balor, aka Penn Balor. And
No.
we did see Finn Balor end up retaining the title, which is a shock to absolutely nobody. Um, the real like surprise, I wouldn't really say it's a surprise, was what happened in the match because there was no shenanigans. It was all clean. It was all a clean match.
Straight, clean graps. And the graps were fucking fantastic. That was a
I
great
agree.
match.
I thought this match was amazing. I really enjoyed this match.
I think it was my favorite match on the card. That would be
I agree. I agree. It was definitely up there for me. And the real question was like if Judgment Day was coming out or not. We kind of saw Finn Balor stare at the stage, kind of like thinking about maybe calling them out or hoping that they would come out, even though he told them not to.
yeah.
And they end up staying back. So
They listened.
that kind of goes to what we think, or what do you think is coming next with this Judgment Day stuff?
This leaves things wide open right now. So I thought beforehand going in that they were going to get involved behind Finn Balor's back, and that was going to kind of start the whole thing. Like they came without his permission and kind of ruined his big moment of like him doing it on his own, and that would kind of start him on the path of quitting the Judgment Day. But since they didn't come out, it's really confusing to see where they want to go with him. Like we'll definitely see the direction they might take based on what happens in Monday Night Raw tomorrow, or I guess like as of recording tomorrow. Because I really don't know what they want to do. Like, will he stay with the Judgment Day because they listened? I mean, they respected his word. They let him like play that match out on his own. So it really is tough to see what they want to do storyline with him. I mean, especially after those two matches with CM Punk, you gotta continue his storyline. You got to keep Finn Balor hot here. He's on a roll right now, and I think he deserved a spot now on the card. I don't know if that's going to be against Dirty Dom at this point. I don't know what they're going to do because I don't see them breaking up the Judgment Day now currently on the path they're taking because they respected his decision.
Yeah. I think we're at an interesting point. I could see the Judgment Day kind of like gaslighting Finn, being like, see, you couldn't do it without us kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that could get into Finn Balor's head. We did see Finn Balor shake CM Punk's hand after the match once again, which the Judgment Day didn't like that the first time around. So we'll see if that plays into it again. We do have Dirty Dom versus Penta tomorrow for the Intercontinental Championship, which really makes it interesting because I kind of want to see Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom for the Intercontinental Championship, but I also want to see Penta win here. So yeah. I don't know where they're going to go with this.
That's the situation. If
they end up doing like Finn Balor versus Dirty Dom without the title at WrestleMania, maybe. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens again. We'll see it on Monday Night Raw, and
I don't think the storyline needs the belt on the line, so I could see them having Penta win and then maybe Finn Balor costing Dom the title possibly, and then it's just a grudge match that's been built up over time. So I'm cool with them not having a belt involved in their feud. That would hopefully begin from possibly this match tomorrow. We'll see. I think honestly this has been like the most exciting I've been about like Intercontinental storyline and with the Judgment Day recently. And it's kind of one of the big things that's keeping me watching Monday Night Raw at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely picking up as of late. After the match, everyone went back and we started the opening of the mystery box.
Oh man, this is crazy.
You didn't like it?
No, all right. Just reveal who it was first, and then we can go into the talk about.
Coming out of the box There's a coffin, which is another box. So there's a box inside the box,
And Adam
which I
Pearce and
felt
Nick
like kind of went
Aldis,
under the radar.
Adam Pearce and Nick
Yeah,
Aldis walked away. They're like, I'm not opening this shit.
they were so intrigued about what was in the box, and they opened it, and then they walked away. So
Yeah,
that was kind of confusing, but they walked away. Coffin opened up. There's a bunch of
backup dancers.
Danhausen babes, followed by Danhausen.
Backup dancers came out, and they're taller than Danhausen. And Danhausen walked down the ring, and it was an initial pop. It was a big initial pop, and then, but the moment he stepped into the ring, man, I think everyone settled in, and they realized, and they just started booing. They started booing Danhausen at the show live, man, at his big reveal, and then he the lights go out, and he vanishes. He leaves some teeth for Michael Cole, and that was that. Man, my thoughts on this. I like the pickup, and I don't think it's his fault, but I just don't think you needed to build up that much for freaking. I don't know about putting this on the whole main PLE card.
Okay, so I don't mind it being on the show, but I do agree with you saying like we didn't need like a 2 to 3 week build up for this.
Right.
I don't, because AEW is like really good at keeping their roster page in check, and he just got removed from the roster page earlier in the day yesterday, I think. So, if he wasn't available to be in the box, what was going to be in the box?
I don't know. I remember our predictions previously. We've talked about that. I kind of said the draft podium. What did you say again for the show?
I thought it was going to be Danhausen.
Okay, well, you called it.
I just felt like, so it could have been like something promotional or something like that, and I felt like that would have been like even worsely perceived. Or it could have been the top of the line, which would have been like Chris Jericho. So I decided to go like the middle ground, which was Danhausen. And I feel like with someone like a gimmick that Danhausen has, it definitely fits more in WWE than it does in AEW. So I could see him being more well perceived than he was in AEW for sure. And I feel like as a pickup, it's definitely like a solid pickup for him and for the WWE. But what I don't understand is they just had him. So they opened the box and he came out and just like disappeared, like you said. So why'd we do this? Like, why'd we make it such a big deal if he just like appeared and did nothing?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the one problem I have with it, because I thought it was hilarious. Like, I feel like it's a good like pickup overall, but
it is a good pickup for the show. I
thought he was going to do a promo or something.
I don't know why they hyped it up to this extreme level. I don't know why they built this up for an entire month. Just to be honest with you, he's going to be a mid carder. I don't think he's going to hit anything on like main upper card or anything. He's going to be a mid carder. He's going to be fun mid carder. He's a great pickup, but why do you set up an entire month for this? And you're going to do it at the biggest stage in like Elimination Chamber, which is one of the biggest events.
Yeah,
I would say upper B level PLE. So it's crazy that you would. I don't know. It's why build this entire thing up?
Yeah, and then like I told you, like I felt like they should have done it while CM Punk was still like celebrating in the ring, because Danhausen and CM Punk have a history, so they could have done something there, and that would have elevated Danhausen, and it would have given him something to do, especially if like Roman Reigns still isn't going to be there as often as CM Punk is for the road to WrestleMania. It gives him something small to do, and I just feel like it. I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah, he had nothing to do with. I'm cool with him not doing anything, to be honest with you. At Elimination Chamber, his little vanish trick and leaving some teeth for Michael Cole, for his dentures. Wade Barrett said that. But I just don't get the whole hype up thing. I don't know why we wasted even a full fucking week talking about this. I think it would have been much better if just like the segment ended and then it cuts to all this, no build up to this, and it cuts to all this just seeing that there's a casket in the middle of the backstage. So like they get like a couple guys to roll it out, and then boom, like the big surprise would be there. I don't understand the weekly show build up for that. I think that was I think that's what kind of hurt it for me, and I think that's what hurt it for everybody, because everybody thought it was going to be a lot bigger than what it is. I'm sure people probably thought there was Chris Jericho in there or something. I don't know. I didn't think there was going to be Chris Jericho in there, but I just think they wanted a bigger payoff, and instead we're getting a mid Carter who's going to be good, but at the end of the day, I don't see him sniffing heavyweight champion.
It's kind of similar to having the first Masked Man be revealed as Austin Theory. Like it's just like you expect something more, but it's kind of underwhelming.
Right. The problem with the Austin Theory one though was they didn't pull the trigger at Survivor Series. They waited like until a random Raw in like Pennsylvania to do a reveal, and at that point, everyone knew it was Austin Theory. It was too obvious.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on to the main event, the men's Elimination Chamber. So you seem to have really enjoyed this match. So I want to hear about it from your perspective.
Man, first of all, the selection to have Cody Rhodes and Javon Evans start the match out, I think was a great idea.
I thought that was interesting because when it got down to like the final three, I thought it would have either been Javon or Randy Orton to start because they had a match in NXT and Randy just RKO'd him in the go home show.
Yeah.
Or it would have been Cody versus Randy to start, which is like pretty obvious. So I was surprised that it was those two to start, but I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it was very surprising, and it was a welcome surprise. I really enjoyed the matchup for that start of the 5 minutes. I think they got some decent chemistry together. I just love Cody in the ring in general. I feel like he's one of the best people to sell like the little things, like the punches and the chops and shit. He's one of the better ones that do that. And Javon Evans, Javon Evans. He's going to be athletic as fuck. He's going to be moving around the ring. He's a great addition. Then out comes Trick Williams as the third option for the first opening. And they gave some Trick some moments. Trick got a little momentum in the push there. He was almost double teaming them at points. They did a really good showing of these younger talents in this Elimination Chamber, which is always a breath of fresh air. They made sure to have each one of them have a moment.
Yeah. And then after that, who came out next? Was it Logan Paul?
Logan Paul, and then he got jumped by all three of them. He came out of the thing, he was laughing, he's getting giddy. Funny. He's getting all giddy, and then they all jumped him, and then they threw him immediately through the plexi, through the cage. He went straight through. He got his ass beat for a while. Then they kind of went back to doing their thing, Javon Evans jumping up from the top. And then out came LA Knight. LA Knight came out, and he started having his beef with Logan, obviously, because they had that beef already. And they had this awesome segment where Logan was climbing up to the top of the cage to try to jump onto LA Knight, but then Javon Evans kind of intercepted them. So then they had this little beef at the top of like the pod of the Elimination Chamber. And then LA Knight managed to get up there, and then they threw Logan Paul off, and then LA Knight BFT'd Javon Evans right on top of the pod. I kind of like that segment. I thought it was awesome. I was having a great time. And they kind of went through everybody going like the classic back and forth. I saw Trick Williams had a double slam, which is awesome.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
And then out came Randy Orton. And man, they did a good job of just making. Once Randy Orton came out, he controlled the entire match. He came out and asserted dominance, immediately going after Logan and Trick Williams, doing both of his vintage moves on them, building up hype. And then we started getting into probably what the more controversial stuff would be.
Yeah.
Which is the three elims from Logan Paul.
I was not a fan at all of this. If they did this with who they probably plan on doing, like Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed.
It was going to probably be Bronson Reed, to be honest with you.
It would have been good. Well, it probably would have been Braun Breaker before he got hurt. And then they were going to do it with Bronson Reed. But either way, like either one
those
of
two would have been much better.
Yeah, it would have fit because it's like dominant showing for one of these Vision guys. Logan's not like a dominant guy. Like he's more like kind of like sneaky,
Yeah, he's a sneaky motherfucker.
We saw Javon do the frog splash from the top, and then Logan Paul just grabs him and does his finisher right away, which looks like not very good from that angle. Like it looked like he didn't get the full rotation on it and could have hurt Javon with it. And then after that, he eliminated LA Knight with a low blow.
Yeah.
Roll up. And then he ended up getting Trick Williams just after that, after he gets hit with a crossroads and ripping Cody Rhodes off.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't get that one. I don't know why he ripped off Cody Rhodes for that, whatever reason. He was gonna get eliminated anyway from the crossroads. So I don't know. I guess he just wanted the bonus elimination.
One of the stats.
He wanted the stat sheet on that. I think the biggest thing I saw though too before LA Knight got out, he had Randy on the ground and he got up on the middle rope and then did the LA Knight thing and then he botched it and he tripped and fell on the middle rope. So he had to like quickly swerve it into a stomp. That was probably like the low point of the match because it was definitely supposed to be a big moment where he jumps up onto the top rope and then off into that slam, but he fucked it up pretty bad and slipped and fell. So,
well, I saw I didn't see it live, but I saw a clip like online that Finn Balor slipped on that same rope earlier in the night. So I wonder if it was something with the ropes in that corner or something.
Maybe it was just a slippery slope rope. I don't know. But that would definitely be the controversial point.
I did not like Logan Paul getting 3 eliminations the way he did. But that's not the only part I didn't like. So we're not ending there.
We'll continue on. So it's going to be the final 3: Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton in the Elimination Chamber for the elimination. And oh my God, from the sideline, it's a masked man. He's running around. The masked man's coming out, but the security's on it this time. You know, top 10 security. They came out and they
hold on. Why is this guy climbing the cage? There's no entrance at the top.
So he starts by trying to climb the cage, and the security pulls him right off. W security, by the way. I've never seen WWE security be on that shit that quick. So they grabbed his ass.
This guy could go if he does climb up the cage.
I don't know. I don't know if he was going for an epic moment where he jumps off from the top of the cage to nobody, maybe a random security guard, because he wasn't definitely getting inside the ring, that's for sure. So the security pulls him down, and Adam Pearce comes out, and there's like 20 security guards on this guy. And then they rip the mask off, and I think it's another student of Seth Rollins.
It's a nobody, yeah, it's nobody.
It's another. It's one of the guys from Seth Rollins' school. He's never gonna get a pop. This guy's like all smiling and shit, and they're pulling him away. And the cage is still wide open because at this point Trick Williams just gets injured.
Or the security members don't know how to close the cage.
Yeah, they didn't close the gate yet because Trick is still like checking for injuries, and he's at the entrance of the gate. And then they just walk away with Trick and forgot to close the door. So then another masked man sneaks in and grabs and stares down Logan Paul and then attacks him, hits him with a little chest thing, puts him on the floor, hits a little curb stomp, gets out of the ring. Then he takes off the mask and boom, Seth frickin' Rollins is back. We don't know what his injury setting is right, but he is back. He has a stare down with Logan as he gets pinned by Cody. Cody takes advantage, and Paul Heyman. You can hear Paul Heyman in the back, like on the mic pickup, like no, oh God! So he's doing that. And it's just they have this stare down moment, and then Seth Rollins just walks away.
So while that happened, Cody Rhodes is on the ground, and Seth Rollins kind of stared him down. And this is why, like I kind of told you about it before, I wish they did this when the match started, and as opposed to like in the final 3, because I kind of saw it happening to the final 3, but I thought the other way would have been better if they did before the match. But I don't know. Like it's just at this point the match is already super overbooked.
We're not done yet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's already overbooked. It's an elimination chamber. There's a cage around them. There's not supposed to be people getting into the cage.
Right.
Anyway, while the cage is still open, the people have they need to get some they need to get some WD-40 on this thing or something. I don't know.
They don't even need that. They just need a security guard to fucking close the door is what they need, because Seth Rollins just walks out. No security gets to him. He just gets a chance to just walk out for his own sake. And the door stays open. And then Drew McIntyre runs into the Elimination Chamber and starts attacking Cody Rhodes.
He told Nick Aldis he would not interfere in this match.
Well, we don't believe the word that Drew McIntyre says, because Drew McIntyre does what Drew McIntyre wants.
And then I didn't like this either because he was attacking Cody, and then Randy Orton. We saw this in the qualifying match for Cody Rhodes earlier in the month. Um, Randy Orton like gets Drew off of him. Like, why wouldn't you just let him attack him and get like the free win? So
Yeah, I
Randy
don't
Orton
know.
rips it off of him, and did he
The
RKO him at
voices.
that point? He,
I,
I don't know if he RKO'd Drew
uh,
McIntyre at that point or not. I
I
think he
don't
did.
remember. I don't remember.
Um, and then Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads on Drew McIntyre, and then right as Cody Rhodes gets up from doing the crossroads, instant RKO. And I'm not gonna lie, once it hit the 1, 2, 3, Randy Orton wins. I got hype, and
I got hyped too.
this was such a breath of fresh air to see Randy Orton win this and not Cody, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what pulled me in for really liking the match. So I do agree it was definitely overbooked as fuck. I mean, once we got to that final 3 point, it was insane. And you know what? It is controversial. I get why they did the Logan Paul thing. You could just tell that segment was just meant for Bronson Reed. Like they
Yes,
knew
so
they wanted
that's
that
why I
moment.
didn't like it. That's why I didn't like it because then why don't you change? Like, why don't you change what you're supposed to do
Because
to make it cater to Logan
we're
Paul?
expecting too much from Triple H and his creative team. And whatever that guy on Unreal is, who's like the in-ring manager or whatever, I guess he just wanted to keep the same segment.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, all right, I don't mind Logan Paul being in the final three. I mind him eliminating the three competitors that he did.
I think what like ripped me out of it definitely was the Trick Williams point when he just ripped Cody off of it just for the pin. Like it just that moment right there like actually made no sense. Like there is like no reason to do that. It's not like you're getting extra bonus points. Like maybe he must have had like something on his check, like oh, if you get 3 eliminations on your elimination chamber ring game, you're getting an extra 500K on your contract. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I could think of.
and we saw like something almost similar to this in the women's one when Alexa Bliss was about to hit the Sister Abigail DDT on Kiana James, and then Asuka hits a poison mist on Alexa, and Kiana gets the pin because she's already like on her,
Yeah,
and Asuka doesn't like break up the pin and get the pin
yeah,
herself.
because that's how
So
it works. You just let the
yeah,
eliminations happen. You don't
you want to
break up a
win.
pin. This isn't WWE 2K26, okay? We're not breaking up pins here in Elimination Chamber for the geeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any
So
sense.
on the post show, Nick Aldis was pissed that Drew McIntyre interfered. And as a punishment, I don't know if you saw this, but he announced that on Friday Night SmackDown, Drew McIntyre, because he wants to avoid Cody Rhodes so much and he keeps attacking him, will be going on one-on-one with Cody Rhodes for the undisputed championship.
Okay, I did not know that. That's
There's a couple
crazy.
ways they could go. There's a couple ways they could go with this. I feel like I'll name the best option first, in my opinion. I think the best option is Cody Rhodes winning, and we get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I think what will happen is Jacob Fatu will get interfered or
That's
will
the worst
interfere in
case
this
scenario.
match.
That's the hell on earth ending that we're gonna
Yeah,
get.
and then it builds to like a fatal four way at WrestleMania, which I
That's
don't
stupid.
really want at
That's
this
dumb.
point.
That's dumb. I don't really think I want that either. Yeah, Fatu's gonna get involved. There's no doubt in my mind. It's SmackDown. It's over. Writing's already on the wall. Hear me out though on this swerve. Let's have Drew McIntyre beat Cody, and that's Cody's breaking point, and he finally turns heel. Because I feel like they've been kind of hinting at it and dropping seeds for it, and we could get a situation where they do like kind of a swerve on us where we thought that Randy was the one that was going to have his voices like turn him back to being heel, but now
Yeah.
we get like this alternate kind of version where now we got Drew McIntyre versus Randy at WrestleMania still, which would be a great matchup by the way. And then Randy wins. Randy would win, making putting him at that title point. I forget how many titles he has currently on that.
He has 15, so
15.
moving up to 16.
That would get him to his 16th moment, and then that kind of starts the Cody moment where he kind of becomes that Homelander like evil company style villain that I feel like they were like setting the seeds for during The Rock, what like Cody was meant to be. this kind
Mhm.
of like head of the company style, like has so much control over the company because he's such a big star and abuses that to get his way into the title matches and such. I think they could take that route. That would be something really cool and I would want to see. And it also keeps Drew with the belt just more longer because I like Drew with the belt. I don't think we need to see Cody with the belt at the moment. It's a little breath of fresh air. And Cody's good enough to do stuff without the belt. I think he's okay.
I think I disagree. I want to see Cody win this. I want to see him winning back. I feel like what him and Randy Orton could do, it could be like they could do some amazing stuff in a program.
They can.
I also think I would say to rewatch or to watch the post show stuff because Drew McIntyre and Nick Aldis were getting kind of physical with each other. So I feel like that would be an interesting match. And I
Drew
know
McIntyre, though.
we kind of joke around like Adam Pearce doing a match like with the Vision or whatever. But I feel like this is like a realistic possibility, and it's not like Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis was a in-ring performer just a couple years ago,
Right.
so it wouldn't be that like crazy.
Yeah, I agree. So overall, I mean, I think it's a solid show. I think it's a
I
good
think
show.
it's solid. I think what really comes better out of it is the talking points and the directions that they could go for WrestleMania because a lot of stuff still like pretty open ended.
Yeah,
Which I think is pretty interesting. It'll make
yeah,
the
I
next
agree.
couple shows a lot easier to tune into.
Yeah, hopefully the road to WrestleMania gets a lot more interesting at this point as they build the card up and build moments. Because I mean that Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a doozy.
It's pretty bad.
You know what? I just want to say I want to put it out there. I know I was glazing Natalia a lot and saying like I'm just happy she's in a storyline. I regret every word I say. I'm sorry.
Okay. I thought you were still. I didn't really want to mention it too much.
I was just happy that they were trying to give her a shot, but I see why she's a Royal Rumble merchant now. I apologize. Maybe it's also Maxine Dupree too. I mean, I don't think she's been doing too great.
Well, I think the booking of that match was just not good in general.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a mix of both because the whole segment with her getting knocked out from like the pole attack and shit. Maxine did not sell it well. Did not look great.
I feel like she felt that great because she just looked dead.
Well, no, when she looked dead, yeah, but the initial like contact hit onto the pole, it did not sell me one bit because she braced her hands onto it before. So you get maybe it was the camera work that fucked it up because you could see her brace the hands like onto the pole before it comes in, like it's just a regular pole attack, but then she's like dead.
Clearly,
like 5 seconds
you've
later.
never gotten hit in the head with a pole.
No, I have. But
from Natalia though,
not Natalia. So I can't say that's happened to me. But I just want to apologize. That was I thought that I was expecting better. It's just not. It's not going anywhere. And fuck no, I don't want to see that shit on WrestleMania. So hopefully this feud's over. I do not want to see that at WrestleMania at all. And you know what? I think Maxine Dupree still needs some time to cook anyway. So I've seen a lot of talk about this before we kind of like wrap things up. Maxine, do you think there are NXT wrestlers that should probably be where Maxine Dupree is right now and how she's getting booked?
I think what Maxine does is different from like the higher tier NXT woman.
Yeah,
because she's kind of more of a like comedy or charisma type of character, you know.
She is, and she's good at that. But man, I don't know. When sometimes like maybe it's just recently she's just had a couple unfortunate doozy matches.
Yeah, there's definitely better wrestlers than Maxine on NXT.
Oh, there is. I just think she's been recently a little bit of a slump. She has this Natalia match, which just already isn't booked great, but she didn't do any favors. And then the previous match when she lost the Intercontinental to Becky, she didn't.
Yeah, they had
it wasn't too great.
The last couple of things she did were have her in like a 5-match program with Becky, and then now she's gonna probably be in like a 3 or longer match program with Natalia.
As long as it's not at WrestleMania.
That's going to be the night one main event. Maxine Dupree versus Natalia.
In a TLC match, dumpster match.
It's the dumpster on top of the ladder.
No, it's a 3 stages of hell match, but the first match is a TLC match, then it's a dumpster match.
Oh, can they do the dumpster match first? So like they're like whoever loses all like nasty for the rest.
Yeah. They do the dumpster match, and then they do a hospital match.
That would go hard.
Ambulance match. That should be on WrestleMania. You know what? I talked myself back into it. Let's get nuts.
Triple H, book it. Hit us up.
Yep, hit us up. We can talk about the details. Natalia and Maxine Dupree in a 3 stages of hell. Dumpster match, TLC match, ambulance match. Night one of WrestleMania.
We're talking about a 3 stages of hell match between Maxine Dupree and Natalia. I think this is the proof that we're kind of dragging it now.
Yeah, we're dragging it.
What do you think?
We're dragging it.